So today, I want to ask a question of the government. Will the Chief Minister's wife be allowed to organize a trade fair inside parade ground, but Rahul Gandhi, the leader of opposition, will not be allowed to do so? How? I mean, like, from where are these rules coming in? We are organizing our program at Bannu School, but this is highly offensive on the part of the government to disallow the leader of opposition from connecting to the youth of this nation, to the youth of Uttarakhand, of Dehradun, when the leader of opposition is coming. They are trying very hard to prevent, because they are giving instructions to some of these coaching institutes not to go for Rahul Gandhiji's program. That is clearly happening. So it's not something that we are expecting. We were prepared for this because after Kota, we knew that.
You were saying it's happening in Uttarakhand also.
Yes, yes, of course. Okay. Because.
Hello and a warm welcome to HW News Network, your one-stop show, truth be told, for some engaging and thought-provoking conversations. Late-night chaos erupted in Dehradun regarding the Chhatro Ki Goonj event after the local administration reportedly barred the Congress trucks from entering the parade ground venue. Now, as we all know that Rahul Gandhi was supposed to conduct his Chhatro Ki Goonj program on 17th of July in Dehradun, and the venue was parade ground. But the Congress leaders have been denied the permission, and though the permission was sought in the beginning, there is a proper receipt of the payment made by the Congress leaders. Some payment of about 1,77,000 has been made. The preliminary permission was given, but all of a sudden, and this permission was sought between 15th and 17th, because obviously the event was on 17th. And so you need the ground for the preparations, putting up the stage, lighting up the whole venue. And when the trucks tried to enter the parade ground with all the paraphernalia, that's when the chaos broke out. I want to show you the visuals of last night, what played out on the streets of Dehradun. What happened once the permissions were denied, then late night, Ganesh Godhyal, you can see speaking on the screen, he's the president of Uttarakhand Pradesh Congress president. He called in all the leaders of the Congress, and they said that they need to march to the parade ground and show how callous the administration has been, and how they've been denied the permission despite a written permission they got. Now, what we are told, these are the visuals which we see late night. Again, if we could play out those visuals. Basically, this happened around 11 and 12. In fact, yesterday by afternoon itself, these stories had started trickling in on various YouTube channels of Uttarakhand, that apparently there is an effort to stymie the event of Rahul Gandhi at the parade ground, and apparently the venue will now be shifted. And this is what you can see, Ganesh Godhyal speaking to the media reporters late night. And this is the chaos which happened, I was describing to you late last night. Now, I'll just give you a little more detail as to what all has happened, why this chaos erupted, how it happened. Now, Chhatro Ki Goonj, as you all know, is a youth-focused initiative led by Congress MP Rahul Gandhi, scheduled for 17th of July. The last event was held at Kota, if you remember, which is the bastion of Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, where, if you remember those visuals, how hoardings and posters of Rahul Gandhi were removed from the streets. Om Birla allegedly himself had urged the coaching institutes not to send the students, but even then, huge crowd of students had gone and attended the event. Now, Uttarakhand Pradesh Congress Committee secured a formal permission from the Dehradun Municipal Corporation to use the parade ground from July 15 to 17. That's what we are told. However, on Monday late night, trucks carrying event materials were allegedly denied access to the venue. Now, in response, what happened? UPCC President Ganesh Godhyal, whom you saw on the screen, speaking to the reporters, he called on Congress workers to gather at the party headquarters late at night and proceed to the parade ground to assist the trucks and demand access. Now, let me tell you what Dehradun District Magistrate Ashish Chauhan has stated. He has said that permission was denied because a government-backed Lok Samvardhan Parv event is already underway at the parade ground. The administration proposed two alternative venues to the party. Now, the Congress leaders have claimed that the administration's reason is a political tactic because when the party workers reached the parade ground late at night, the ground was empty, there was no event there. So, is there a serious effort to stymie the event of Rahul Gandhi, the Chhatron Ki Goonj program in Dehradun? Now, let me see. Rahul Gandhi, now let me show you the tweet by Rahul Gandhi. He was abroad for a few days, and once he was back, this was the first tweet which he did. And that's what he writes: corrupt, unjust, biased, dishonest. These four words are not mine. These are what the country's students are using today for India's education system. And the truth is this: India's education system has now become a dishonest extortion mechanism. The system that was meant to prepare children for their future is today pushing them and their families into debt, stress, and despair. It is this corruption that has given birth to the paper leak mafia, which robs years of hard work from millions of preparing students in one fell swoop. Now, let's see the next page of the tweet. Here, guilty vendors and officials get tenders and promotions, and the students get the punishment. The students who are left alone with their shattered dreams. The Modi government and the education minister are watching all this, but they have chosen silence, turning their face away from accountability. And in the media, just a long silence. Enough is enough now. Now is the time for a revolution in education. July 17, Dehradun, come with me. Let's amplify the echo of students even further. Join here Rahul Gandhi, and he's given the address of Chhatron Ki Goonj. That's the link to which everyone can get hooked to. Now, what is this kind of politics which is playing out in Dehradun? Can it become some sort of a turning point as far as the students' movement is concerned? Because one must not forget that Dehradun is a place where Agniveer issue is also quite dominant. There, the youths are frustrated, and now here with this lagging education system, the frustration is building up, and that's what the sentiment Rahul Gandhi is tapping into. Can Dehradun become a turning point? This is what we'll be discussing. Joining me this evening is Sujata Paul. She's a senior Congress leader and also spokesperson of the Uttarakhand Congress. She joins us from Dehradun. Thank you so much, Sujata, for joining. And my first question to you is that the venue has been shifted. What do you think is the biggest reason? And do you think that Pushkar Singh Dhami, who happens to be the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, he must have done it unilaterally, or he must have got a script from New Delhi to do this?
Good evening, Neelu, and to your audiences. Clearly, this is something which has been planned by the central government, and state governments are merely puppets in there. And of course, the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand is already on the back foot because there is so much of corruption in Uttarakhand. And because he had clearly not passed the exam of MLA-ship, in the sense that he lost his election. And then because Mr. Modi wanted him as the chief minister, he was made to get a person to vacate his seat, and then he contested elections from there and became the MLA. And after that, he continued as the chief minister of Uttarakhand. So clearly, he is on the back foot because there are huge issues of corruption and paper leaks in Uttarakhand, him protecting the mastermind of the paper leaks in Uttarakhand. And now he obviously is going to follow the diktats of the center, and that is exactly what he's doing. And why I'm saying the center's diktats is because what happened in Kota is for all of us to remember here now. Because there also the coaching institutes, like you've already mentioned, were told not to send students, but parents, students, they all came in hordes to listen to Rahul Gandhi ji, because Rahul Gandhi is not just a leader of the Congress party, he's a leader of every person in this country, as he is the leader of opposition. So he belongs to everybody, and he belongs to every party now as leader of opposition. And clearly, when he lends his voice to issues of people, to the issues of the youth, this really does send the BJP into a tizzy, because the youth is getting frustrated, and we are seeing that all across the country, people are raising questions. And in Uttarakhand, which is a hub of education, we can see students coming out on the streets every now and then for because of paper leak. And these students really are.
Sujata, is it true that what I'm reading in the local newspapers in Dehradun and the Uttarakhand editions of various newspapers, that some 2.5 lakh students have got registered for the 17 July event? Is that true?
Absolutely true. These are 2.5 lakh students who have already registered, and that clearly translates to 2.5 into 4, in the minimum. Because when you talk about a student who's registering here, their parents are also there. So that actually means about 10 lakh people are already with us on this issue, and they are standing with Rahul Gandhi ji, expecting Rahul Gandhi ji to take their issue forward and get some kind of resolution to this paper leak and the kind of hampering that education system as a whole is facing today. Yes, that is true.
But what do you think is the biggest reason for BJP security, and why this special penchant of BJP for the parade ground? That no, come what may, but Congress should not hold any event on parade ground. And since you reside in Uttarakhand, I would like you to explain also the significance of this venue at parade ground, because not many viewers would be knowing. So if you could just answer these questions, Sujata.
Yes, historically, if you look at parade ground, as the name suggests, the army guys used to parade over here, and this is parade ground. So it's right in the center of Dehradun, which is basically a very small city, and the expansion is taking place on the peripheries. But this is the center of Uttarakhand, of Dehradun, right close to Gandhi Park and the clock tower. And when you talk about this place, this is the place where, since my childhood, for example, I saw the Dashera festivals happen, and all the major trade fairs, melas used to happen at this place, because this was easily approachable to the entire city from all the sides, as it is right in the center. But when you talk about what the BJP has done ever since it's come into power, it has cut down all the trees which were surrounding parade ground. That was the first assault on parade ground. And then after that, whether it is Republic Day or Independence Day celebration, the government has this organized at this particular parade ground. And whenever BJP leaders come, this is the place where they address people from. This is where all the major rallies are organized. Now, if a rally has to be organized for the Prime Minister, he has every place. So if he goes to FRI and he destroys the gardens over there, people are upset about it. All the environmentalists are upset about it. But if he wants to hold an election rally per se, he will come to parade ground. Whether it is Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji or Indira Gandhi ji, Rajiv Gandhi ji, or even Rahul Gandhi ji, everybody has addressed people of Uttarakhand from this historic parade ground. So why is it that every time the Congress party is trying to get this, for Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge's rally also sometime back, we tried to get this particular place, and this was during the 2024 elections, and we were denied permission for this. But now you tell me, if the chief minister's wife organizes a trade fair at this parade ground while we were protesting at a Mahapanchayat organized for Ankita Bhandari outside, we were being made fun of. We were on the roads, and Pushkar Singh Dhami's wife, Geeta Dhami, was inside. So today, I want to ask a question of the government. Will the chief minister's wife be allowed to organize a trade fair inside parade ground, but Rahul Gandhi, the leader of opposition, will not be allowed to do so? How? From where are these rules coming in? And what is being said about this particular program which is happening, which they've said has been extended by the government of India? That clearly points to the fact that the government of India is so scared of Rahul Gandhi that they decided to extend that so that could be used as an excuse.
What I want to know from you is that Ashish Chauhan, the DM, has said that there is already some program which is going on, and the duration of the program has got extended. Is that program really happening when you all went and saw the parade ground? Were there any tents inside? Was there any setup which showed that there was a government program? And obviously, government programs are huge. You can make out from the event if the program is on. Did you witness anything of that sort?
That's exactly what I'm telling you, that they said that this program has been extended. But all the videos will clearly show that when congresspersons went to the parade ground last night, there was nothing anywhere, because this particular program, parade ground is really huge, and it has a sports complex also. We are not going into the sports complex at all. So there is one corner where this program is being organized, which is beyond the sports complex. And this is only an excuse because the government of India clearly knows it is parade ground. The address is parade ground. So they probably directed the local government to ensure that they said that this has been extended and we can't give you the parade ground, forgetting that people can see, people have eyes, and videos will show that the main area of the parade ground where programs are organized, rallies are organized, that is lying vacant. And the district magistrate of Dehradun, Mr. Ashish Chauhan, should mend his ways. He should not come under the pressure of the BJP government, because he is supposed to be the district magistrate of Dehradun. He is not the district magistrate of BJP or Mr. Modi or Mr. Dhami. And that is clearly a difference that he should recognize and make sure that this does not happen. Of course, we are organizing our program at Bannu School, but this is highly offensive on the part of the government to disallow the leader of opposition from connecting to the youth of this nation, to the youth of Uttarakhand or Dehradun, when the leader of opposition is coming. Because I will exhort all the youngsters, whether they belong to the BJP, their parents belong to the BJP, come one, come all, because it is your future that Rahul Gandhi is talking about. And here it is not about party. It is about education. It is about paper leaks. It is about the future of these the youth, and it's the future of the country.
No, but Sujata, this Bannu school you are talking about, is this school, does this school has a big ground as big as the parade ground? Will you be able to accommodate those number of students as you had planned earlier? And also, I want you to speak on the receipt which you all had got, where you made the payment for 15th, 16th, and 17th, because what I'm seeing on the social media that apparently some payment of 1,77,000 was made. Now, what happens to that? Is it official now that the venue has been shifted to Bannu School? Has the administration told you that they will not allow you parade ground, and now you get that school as the venue?
Yeah, that's a private school, right? So that means the government is not allowing democracy to prevail. The government is ensuring that through their fascist attitude, we are forced to go to a private school and take their ground. Now, let's understand the difference between these two places. Parade ground is right at the center. So on one side, you have the Dune Club, and on the other side of parade ground, part of the parade ground is the sports complex, beyond which is, of course, a church and a school, etc. But when you talk about the place where Bannu School is located, that is race course, it is a residential area. So that means you are deliberately forcing us to go into a residential area. And so the approach roads for people to the venue is also not going to be that clear, because there will be continuous traffic which you could associate with the residential area. So it will be difficult for traffic to be moving in that area. Therefore, parking space, when you are having a program in the middle of Dehradun at parade ground, there is so much of parking space available wherever parking spaces are being built, or even in the Congress office or some club, or etc., etc. But when you go to Bannu School, you don't have that kind of parking. And therefore, this is very clear that this has been done deliberately, because when they took the payment from us of 1,77,000, did they not know that there was a program happening and they had to take some kind of precaution in case the program was going to be extended? Now, if they had to do it, they could have told us that earlier. In in that case, we could have probably shifted the date from 17 to maybe 18, but their program is still the 17th. Just look at it. Though the program is not in that area where we were supposed to be holding the rally, and clearly this is to ensure that Rahul Gandhi ji is not able to have this program, is not able to address the youth or hold, a samvad with the youngsters.
Do you think that this could be a unilateral decision of Pushkar Singh Dhami now, given the fact that next year we have elections? They are worried. Already there's so much of protest happening in Uttarakhand, time and again. Sometimes it's about Agniveer. Sometimes you've heard so much about Ankita Bhandari rape case. Then recently the student who died by suicide. And now this Chhatro Ki Goonj program. So almost Dehradun has become a hub of protests and on not one but many issues. Do you think that Pushkar Singh Dhami is the one who's actually sitting on the wheels, or is he getting directions from New Delhi?
He is trying to hold on to his chair because there is a lot of angst against him within the BJP also. And the former Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, Mr. Trivendra Singh Rawat, who is the present MP from Haridwar, has been raising questions on illegal mining in the state in Parliament. There are others also who've been raising questions against him, like Mr. Arvind Pandey, who is an MLA within the state. So clearly he is facing a lot of problems there. Plus, if you actually look at the first major paper leak protest which happened was in 2023 in Dehradun, in Uttarakhand. So you can understand how much of anger there is. Just a few days back, I met some people who were protesting at the Shaheed Smarak. Shaheed Smarak is the place where there is a memorial built in the memory of those who laid down their lives to get our state. There were 42 people who laid down their life for the state formation, and they were protesting, and some of them are hitting 50 now, that we have not been given the 10% Kshetij Arakshan. So obviously, when you're talking about people without jobs, people who are troubled by these paper leaks, no openings in any field, for example, the police or other departments are coming out. Even the Public Service Commission is under attack. UK SSC exams have been under attack, and therefore, obviously, as far as the youth are concerned and paper leaks are concerned, Pushkar Singh Dhami is on the back foot. But this is election year, and there are issues of corruption, like issues of corruption related to the Sene Dam, which is supposed to be the dream project of the Prime Minister. Trees are being cut at Satmore in Rishikesh, which has become a huge thing. You look at Kedarnath, where gold was stolen, 230 kgs of gold disappeared overnight. Then Badrinath, we just come to know that there has been such a huge theft of donation, and clearly they're trying to kind of suppress all these issues, and the Chief Minister is on the back foot. But the Chief Minister would not deny permission to Rahul Gandhi on his own, in this manner, in this blatant manner, because clearly he would be questioned by the centre if such a thing were to happen unilaterally by him. And therefore, clearly, this is a unilateral decision of the centre which has been imposed on us, and he is clearly he's a polarizing figure, and he's aspiring to be a Yogi Adityanath or a Himanta Biswa Sarma. He has no character of his own, and therefore, otherwise, you tell me, why would his wife ever be allowed to hold a program inside parade ground? And today you're denying Rahul Gandhi,
now I'm reminded of the scenes from Kota. What happened when Chhatro Ki Goonj last time was held? It was Om Birla's bastion, and there is the Rahul Gandhi's posters and hoardings were removed. Coaching centers were urged not to send their students. Are you expecting a similar kind of a script in Uttarakhand as well? Now that the venue has been shifted, that was the first challenge you all handled, and you came on the streets, but finally you got another venue. Now you are no more holding the program on parade ground. So in a way, BJP has again dominated over whatever was happening, and somehow with a brute force or their dominant power in the state, Congress has not been able to win this first step. But what are the other challenges you are expecting? That what are the kind of hurdles which BJP might create over the next 2 days? Now hardly any time is left. Today is already 15th, and you've got this. If you've got this Bannu school as a new venue, obviously now the focus would be to tidy up the place, deck it up,
Yes.
put the lightings, set up the stage. What are the hurdles now you're expecting from BJP?
They are trying very hard to prevent, because they are giving instructions to some of these coaching institutes not to go for Rahul Gandhi's program. That is clearly happening. So it's not something that we are expecting. We were prepared for this because after
So it's
Kota, we
happening
knew
here
that.
as well. You are saying it's
Of
happening in
course.
Uttarakhand also. In
Yes,
Dehradun
yes,
also.
of course.
Okay.
Because
Right.
yes, Congresspersons also have been going and meeting various students at various coaching institutes. And what has been happening is that the coaching institutes are saying that we are under pressure, we cannot send our students. So they have been
And what
told.
happens if the coaching institutes stick their neck out and send the students? So what will happen? Do they expect some ED raids? Do they
Yes,
expect
they are
ED raids
saying
to
it.
happen? Okay.
They are saying that they will the government is going to make life difficult for them. It is possible, and some of them, they are franchisees of these big chains of coaching institutes. So they are worried that there might be some kind of a fallback, and there could be ED raids, and otherwise within the state also, like I said, we are an education hub. So this is big business here as well. So clearly. They are worried that they will be on the target of the government. And this being a small state, you can target people in a very thought out manner and make life difficult for them. So it becomes even more difficult in a small place like Uttarakhand. And keeping that aside, we must not forget that all the paper leaks that have been happening in the state have kind of got our youngsters very, very upset over the last few years. So they are waiting for somebody to listen to them. They want to tell somebody the issues that they are facing. So the chief minister and even the prime minister knows that these people are going to clearly go for Rahul Gandhi's program. And that is why this venue shift, when it happens at this last moment, there's so much of confusion that a lot of times parents also say, no, don't go over there because, there is clearly some problem and something could happen over there. Parents do get worried. But I'll tell you something, that people are so upset that it will not just be students who will be coming. There will be parents also who will probably end up coming with their children, because everybody needs a job, and Uttarakhand is a state where education is high on the priority list. We are a highly literate state. So clearly, without jobs, those degrees don't really matter. And therefore, people have even more, angst within them, and therefore they want to vent out the pain that they are feeling, and they feel that the leader of opposition will speak up, and the leader of opposition will listen to them and take their word forward and get some resolution to it.
Right. Also, Dehradun, I was reading this 23-year-old Riya Kumari Thapa, who died by suicide, and she was found dead in her room at her family's home in Chandrabani area of Patel Nagar, Dehradun. Is Congress party going to invite their family also on stage where they will get to speak to the students, because that suicide happened right in the heart of Dehradun?
Certainly, we are in touch with late Riya Kumari Thapa's family, and it is really sad because this child was a very bright student, and she did brilliantly in her class 12. And the fact that we've lost her, it has really jolted the entire city, at least. Of course, the entire country is with us, but we as a city have been shocked that such a capable child had to give up her life because of what was happening. And we have been in touch with her parents and her family, and hopefully they will be there with us. And recently I also saw them, the father going to the Cockroach Janata Party protest as well. So there is so much of pain, and he does not want other people to suffer. And we are standing with him, and he is definitely going to be there.
Right. One last question before I wind up, Sujata. That today Akhilesh Yadav also has extended support to Sonam Wangchuk, who's on a hunger strike for last 18 days at Delhi's Jantar Mantar. People are expecting, and rather they are thinking that why is Rahul Gandhi not coming out in support of Sonam Wangchuk? And there are stories of how the lawyers are urging CJI now to intervene. Sonam Wangchuk's his health is deteriorating day by day, and there are efforts to force feed him now. Will Rahul Gandhi really go and meet Sonam Wangchuk? That probably that optics would make a lot of difference, apart from the Chhatro Ki Goonj program he's doing.
Yes, Rahul Gandhi ji is leader of opposition. We must remember that. And a lot of people are saying a lot of things, but it is not because Rahul Gandhi is not concerned about it. We are very, very concerned, not just, and we are concerned, our leader is concerned, we are concerned, and we are just as good soldiers. And we are speaking up against this apathy which is being shown to Sonam Wangchuk, because this should not happen to anybody. We wouldn't wish it on anybody in a different country, in an enemy country as well. So how can we, not speak up for somebody who is a citizen of this country, a scientist, an educator? So we are all worried about him, and we hope that the government talks to him, because whenever something like this happens, a protest, we can only give him support. But who will come out and support him? It will be the government, right? We can only offer support. Rahul Gandhi can only offer support. But ultimately, the communication has to happen with the government of India. And for that, it is the Prime Minister who has to take a call. So it is Mr. Modi who is causing so much of pain to this country by allowing a citizen of this nation who is willing to give up his life, who's allowing himself to suffer physically for the sake of the future of this country. So it is the government of India which is responsible. And we are concerned, and we do hope that the government will, make sure that they talk to him and stop this, nonsensical attitude of not having any kind of communication with those who protest. He needs to be spoken to, and this hunger strike should be brought to an end by the government of India through communication.
Right. So there are two things which one has to look forward to. One is, of course, the 17 July program of Rahul Gandhi, what happens there in Dehradun after the venue has been shifted. And the other, of course, is the 20th July call which Cockroach Janata Party has given. That is Sansad Chalo. They will be marching from Jantar Mantar to Parliament, because yesterday I saw a number of representatives tweeting and also saying that if the government has not come and spoken to us, we will go to Parliament and speak to the government. So lots of action now lined up in the next few days over this students' movement, whether it is in Delhi, whether it is in Dehradun. Thank you so much, Sujata, for joining on HW News. Thank you.